Thank you, Mr. Williams, and a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. This afternoon, it's my task to share with you the Health Emergency Operating Center's Situation Report. And I begin on a very important note. This afternoon, I would like to share with you that we have 2 new imported COVID-19 cases. That brings, these 2 new cases bring our total to 19. So at present, there are 19 confirmed COVID-19 cases within or reported within the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. So 2 new imported COVID-19 cases. Within the rest of the CARICOM region or the Caribbean region, as at today, there are 32,942 confirmed cases of COVID-19, 17,000 cases would have recovered, and 615 deaths so far. Now, what's happening in the other Caribbean member states? This just gives us an idea as to the total number of COVID cases. In Barbados, they have reported 185 cases to date. The Turks and Caicos Islands have reported 659 cases. Belize, 1,528 cases. Guyana reported 2,027 cases. In the Bahamas, this is interesting, we note that there are 3,087 confirmed cases in the Bahamas. In Trinidad and Tobago, down south, 3,223 cases. And Jamaica, they have reported 4,164 cases. Suriname has a little more, 4,645 cases. And Haiti, we note, he's registered 8,541 cases. So this just provides us a summary of the status of the COVID-19 outbreak in our sister member states, CARICOM member states. Globally, based on the World Health Organization, as at today, there are over 30 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 globally. So we've passed the 30 million mark. In terms of death toll, over 943,000 deaths as at today. In terms of testing, in St. Kitts and Nevis, we continue testing. To date, we've tested 2,139 persons, and again, a total of 19 confirmed cases. 17 have recovered, so at present we have 2 active cases. In terms of in quarantine, our nationals continue to return home, and at present we have 63 persons in government-assigned quarantine facilities. A few of them are in pre-approved quarantine sites, and we have now 2 individuals in isolation. Okay, so recently, the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, Chairman of the CARICOM Heads and the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, would have made a statement coming out of the last CARICOM Heads of Government meeting that was held on Friday, 11th of September. And St. Kitts and Nevis, or the Federation, has agreed in principle to a regional travel bubble. However, please note that our borders remain closed. St. Kitts and Nevis's borders remain closed, and so St. Kitts has not signed off on or agreed to an implementation date as outlined in this article. because it says St. Kitts and Nevis has not agreed to an implementation date for the travel bubble of Friday, 18th of September, as some other CARICOM member states would have done, because our borders remain closed. And so implementation date of Friday the 18th does not apply to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis continues to be guided by the recommendations made by the Caribbean Public Health Agency, or CARPHA. I also want to underscore that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, in the United States has rated the Federation as being at a very low risk for contracting the COVID-19 virus. Infrared thermometers. Over the past few days, the Ministry of Health has received a number of questions regarding the safety of the infrared thermometers and questions pertaining to the health risk associated with the use of infrared thermometers. And so I wanted to share some information regarding infrared thermometers. I'll begin by saying that the human body emits electromagnetic radiation. Most of the radiation emitted from the human body is in the infrared region. And so the handheld infrared thermometer basically is utilized to measure the body temperature. And so this is how it works. The body emits the electromagnetic radiation in the form of infrared, and the thermometer uses a lens to focus the light from the human body onto a detector in the machine, right? And this lens is called a thermopile. The thermopile absorbs the infrared radiation, turns it into heat, and then the infrared thermometer registers the body temperature. So in other words, the infrared thermometer is utilized to absorb the infrared radiation coming from the human body. Persons are making an assumption that the thermometer emits radiation, when in fact it's the human body that's emitting the radiation picked up by the thermometer, and the radiation is transformed into heat, and then the thermometer registers the body temperature. These detectors or thermometers do not emit any infrared light. The infrared thermometers are used to measure infrared light to determine the body's temperature. Some of these non-contact thermometers emit a dim light. It may appear red, and basically it is utilized by the operator of the infrared thermometer just to make sure that the thermometer is pointed on the forehead and not on your ear or on your eyebrow, etc. So this thin, dim red light is visible, however, it is harmless. So in other words, the light emitted by the thermometer, it's visible, you can see it, however, it's harmless. Please note that this dim red light is not infrared light. It is not a laser beam. So this red light, it's visible, it's harmless. It is not infrared light. It is not a laser beam. These sensors do not emit any infrared light or any other type of electromagnetic beam. So it's just an ordinary light, and we are all exposed to ordinary light, as I am in a lit room now, and so my body, my brain cells, my pineal gland is impacted by the light in this room, and there's no harm to my brain or my pineal gland by sitting in this room. The FDA, who regulates the sale of medical devices in the United States, agrees that infrared thermometers do not emit any infrared energy. Nothing is happening between the thermometer and the brain or the pineal gland. Just for some additional information, the pineal gland is a small pea-shaped gland or organ in the brain. Its function isn't fully understood. Researchers do know, however, that it produces and regulates some hormones, including melatonin. Melatonin, as you are aware, is best known for its role in regulating sleep patterns or your circadian rhythm. So there is no evidence that infrared thermometers can damage the pineal gland. So there is no scientific basis for claiming that utilization of the infrared thermometer damages or impairs the functioning of the pineal gland. Nothing is happening between the thermometer and the pineal gland. Just for some additional information, the sun that we are exposed to every day emits all of the different kinds of electromagnetic radiation. 99% of the sun's rays are in the form of visible light, ultraviolet rays, and infrared rays, also known as heat. And we are all exposed to the natural sunlight on a daily basis and over all these years, and nothing has happened to really our brain cells or our pineal glands. And then also, please note, our mobile phones emit electromagnetic radiation in the form of radio frequency energy. So this is just shared to put this whole issue into perspective. Thank you.